PFL World Tournament 6 semifinals. These are the full card predictions and the betting breakdown. I'm looking forward to my brother Alex holding the fort down and breaking down the entire PFL card. Make sure you guys smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn the post notifications on, and make sure you share the video too. I'm going to let Alex get into it. So without further ado, here he is.
What is going on, everybody? We are back with the PFL World Tournament semifinals. In this one, we got the lightweights, the bantamweights, and the women's flyweights going at it. The main event is Kevin Lee versus Gadzi Rabadanov, and I'm excited to break down this card and give you guys my predictions, and let's jump into the first fight of the night. So first fight of the night, we got Alan Domínguez versus Meck, and in this fight, we kind of got two grapplers going at it. Meck is a very pressure-heavy grind wrestling style. He likes getting his opponents to the cage, getting the fight to the ground, and just kind of chain wrestling. Alan Domínguez is also a decent grappler, got solid wrestling, decent jiu-jitsu, and likes the fights on the ground. But I would say in this fight, I'm worried about Meck's cardio. Meck, he is the favorite in this one. A lot of people are expecting him to be able to dominate Alan Domínguez, and we might see that in the first round. But I think after the first round, if Alan Domínguez can survive, he doesn't get submitted or anything like that, I think we'll see Alan Domínguez start taking over the fight. Meck, his last loss was to Kevin Pease, who was a 5-0 prospect. He's coming up on the scene, who I wouldn't say he's a terrible fighter. He's solid. But Meck was able to drop him a couple times in that first round, and then Kevin Pease was able to start putting his things together, and he was able to get the win by unanimous decision. But the reason that happened, Meck gasses out. He gets tired by the middle of the second round. I'm worried about his conditioning in this fight, and we've seen it before in his recent fights before that. He gets tired, and I'm worried about Meck. I know he's 8-2. He had a decent amateur record, but I feel like in this fight, I'm gonna lean Alan Domínguez to get the win in this one. Alan Domínguez, we've seen him. I was looking at his Instagram. He was working with Bahimondes. He's training around Bilal. So I feel like he's putting more work in than Meck. This guy is not going to get tired. He's going to have better conditioning than Meck. I think Alan Domínguez, we'll start seeing him take control after that first round. The first round, it'll be close. Meck might be able to get him to the ground and use that pressure style, push him up against the cage. But Alan Domínguez is a pretty big dude for this weight class. And I don't know. I feel like Domínguez will be able to string things together. He's going to be able to touch him up on the feet a little bit. And I feel like his takedown defense is pretty solid. So I've been leaning Alan Domínguez to get the win here. I think Meck is going to end up gassing out. The odds on this fight, we got Meck sitting at the -185, and Domínguez is the +160. But, I have this feeling that Alan Domínguez is going to be able to get the win. He is coming off that loss to Lorenz Larkin, where he got flatlined. He got finished in that fight. But that was a big step up for him. And I don't think Meck brings that same energy and the same powerful striking that Lorenz Larkin does. I think Meck is going to lose this fight. I think Domínguez is going to get the win. I could see him getting a decision in this fight. So I'm going Alan Domínguez to get the win. Next fight of the night, we got Saray Orozco versus Elora Joanne. This is a very close fight. Both of these girls got kind of similar styles. Sarah Orozco is coming off that loss against Inaba, very slick striker. She was able to touch up Orozco better on the feet, a little cleaner, a little crisper. Orozco does keep that solid pressure coming forward. She likes keeping the fight on the front foot. And then Elora Joanne is coming off that loss against Liz Carmouche, where she got beat up. Liz Carmouche came out there, pressured her up against the cage, and just started wailing away on her. But in this fight, I see it being very close. Sarah Orozco likes being on the front foot. Elora Joanne also kind of likes being on that front foot, pushing the fight against the cage. But I don't know. I think Elora Joanne, I feel like we could see her win this fight. For some reason, I'm kind of leaning towards Joanne to get the win. Sarah Orozco, I don't think she's fought as good of competition. If we look at Joanne, she's got a loss to Talia Santos. She's got that loss to Jenna Bishop, where she got submitted. And then Bruna Ellen, who's kind of a no-name. But I don't know. She has a win over Shanna Young. Sarah Orozco, she fought, looks like she fought a cousin or something like that, Alejandra Orozco. But in this fight, I do see it being pretty close. I see it going to a decision. We might see a split decision in this fight, but I don't know. I'm leaning towards the favorite here in Joanna. I think she's going to be able to get it done. Both of these girls, though, very similar styles. We got Orozco sitting at the plus 134. Elora Joanna is the minus 154 favorite. Could we see Orozco get the win? Potentially. Would I say I'm confident in Joanna beating her? No. I think this is going to be a very back-and-forth fight. It's going to be close. But I don't know. I think Elora Joanna could mix in some leg kicks, throw off Orozco a little bit on the feet, and I don't think that ground game is going to be much of a worry. I don't think Sarah Orozco is going to be able to dominate Joanna on the ground. I don't think Joanna is going to be able to dominate Orozco, but I see this being close on the feet, and I think Joanna is going to be able to squeeze out a decision win. So I'm going Joanna to get the win here. Next fight of the night, we got Darragh Kelly versus Mike Hamel, who Kelly is an up-and-coming prospect coming out of SBG Ireland. He's 7-0 versus Mike Hamel, who is a decent journeyman. He's all right. He's nothing special in my opinion. He's coming off that loss to Tim Wilde, where he was doing decent at the beginning of the fight, but then his conditioning wasn't able to hold up, and he ended up getting finished in that fight. Darragh Kelly is coming off that win against Harasenko, where Harasenko was having some success at the beginning of the fight, but then Darragh Kelly was able to start taking control. He was able to grind him out, use that dirty boxing. He was hitting him, using some good work up in the clinch. But in this fight, I do see Kelly being able to get it done. I think Kelly is I don't know. I think he's going to come in better shape in this fight. I think Mike Hamel, I don't know. I think he's going to be out of shape. Kelly's going to have the slight range advantage with the 72-inch reach. Mike Hamel has got a 68-inch reach, 5'9", versus the 6-foot Kelly. And I think Kelly's just a little bit more of a dog. I don't know. I think Kelly's got that grind style. He'll come forward. He's not going to quit. He's going to keep pressuring Mike Hamel up against that cage. Mike Hamel, he's got decent power on his shots, but I don't see him being able to beat this Kelly in this fight. So I'm going Kelly to get the win here. You know, I'm leaning towards a submission for Kelly. I do see him being able to get this fight to the ground and kind of work Mike Hamel on the ground. I think he's going to be able to get it to the ground and find a submission. I would say let's go second round submission for Mike Kelly. Or not Mike Kelly, Darragh Kelly. I think Mike Hamel's going to get finished in this fight. The odds, Hamel is a plus 210 and Kelly is the minus 250 in this fight. I see Kelly being able to get it done. I like his style. He comes forward. He throws some wide shots. He does get sloppy at times on the feet, but he does tend to keep his chin tucked, and he throws those wide bombs. So I don't see him really get knocked out by Mike Hamel in this fight. I see Kelly being able to get this fight to the cage, push up Mike Hamel against the cage, and eventually get this fight to the ground and submit Mike Hamel. Next fight of the night, we got Tony Caruso versus Vinicius Cenci. This fight, Vinicius Cenci, good jiu-jitsu. Get some work in. He's training with Beneil Dariush. Caruso was fighting on a Nashville Underground in his last fight versus Patrick Compton in Aries FC. So, Tony Caruso, he's got a decent style. Kind of awkward on the feet. He comes forward. He's kind of stiff, in my opinion, on the feet. I think Cenci is looser. He fights in that southpaw stance. He's got power in his shots. And I don't know. I've been leaning Cenci to get the win here. I'm going Vinicius Cenci to get it done against Tony Caruso. Tony Caruso, coming out of Australia, he's a decent prospect, I would say. I don't think he's that special. I don't think he's that great. He's got decent grappling. But I don't know. On the feet, I think Vinicius Cenci is going to be able to touch him up. I think Vinicius Cenci is going to be able to find his shots. He's kind of got an awkward style a little bit. He switches stances at times. And I don't know. I see him bringing in some good shots against Tony Caruso in this fight. Caruso, I don't see him having that much success on the ground against Vinicius Cenci. Vinicius Cenci's got good grappling, good BJJ. I'm leaning Vinicius Cenci to get the win. We saw Vinicius Cenci. You probably know him from the Contender Series where he got finished or he got submitted by Sam Patterson. But we saw Vinicius Cenci land some decent shots on the feet against Sam Patterson in that fight. He is coming off that loss against Brent Primus where he just got grinded out. You got taken to the ground, submitted. And this is not that same style. Tony Caruso is no Brent Primus, and I don't think his wrestling's as good as Primus is. Tony Caruso, I see him getting touched up on the feet in this one. I think Vinicius Cenci is going to be able to get the win. The odds, we got Cenci is sitting at the minus 126, and Caruso is the plus 106 underdog. So pretty close line on this fight, but I do see Vinicius Cenci getting it done. Next fight of the night, we got Magomedov versus Khamidov. Magomedov is coming off that loss against Patchy Mix, where it was a very close fight. Very close fight. It went to a split decision. Patchy Mix was able to get the win, though. Patchy Mix, we saw him make his debut in the UFC against Batista, where he looked terrible. But Magomedov, he does have good striking. He's very loose on the feet. He's got a solid, I would say it's kind of like a Soviet-style boxing. He throws some decent shots. And he's got a very solid kickboxing, good striking. His grappling is also very well. He's got good wrestling. But Savajan Khamidov, I think his wrestling is no joke. I think he's going to be able to get Magomedov to the ground. So I'm going Khamidov to get it done. I think he's going to be able to grind out a win against Magomedov in this fight. I see him being able to get it to the ground. In his last fight, he took on Alves, who Alves is a young up-and-coming fighter. But I will say, Khamidov was able to get him to the ground with ease. I would say he was able to get his wrestling on point. And I do think Alves has very good takedown defense. We saw it with Higo. Alves, he's got good hips on him, and usually he's able to stop those takedowns. But Khamidov, I think his wrestling is legit, and I see him being able to wrestle Magomedov in this fight. So I'm leaning Khamidov to get it done. I think he's going to be able to get this fight to the ground and beat Magomedov. You know, we might see, could Magomedov stop those takedowns? Potentially. Magomedov does have good wrestling on him. Maybe we could see him stop the takedowns. But I don't know. I'm leaning Khamidov to get it done. I think he's going to be able to get the fight to the ground. I think he takes down Magomedov, and I'll say he grinds out a decision win over him. The odds, we got Magomedov is the minus 112, Khamidov minus 108, so we got a pretty even line on this fight. But I do see Khamidov being able to get this fight to the ground and get the win, so I'm going to go Khamidov by a decision. Next fight of the night, we got Jena Bishop versus Ekaterina Shakalova. And in this fight, I'm going Shakalova. I'm going the younger girl in this one. I'm going the 27-year-old. Jena Bishop, yes, she's got good jiu-jitsu. She's good on the ground. But in her last fight against Watanabe, we didn't even see her really use that jiu-jitsu. She was on the feet, banging it out with Watanabe. She was getting cracked on the feet. In that first round, she was getting touched up. Shakalova is coming off that good win against the Velasquez, where she was able to go out there and get the submission win, where she was a big underdog in that fight. Shakalova looked very good in that last fight. Jena Bishop, I don't think she's going to win this fight. Shakalova, I think she's going to be stronger than her. I think she's too strong for Jena Bishop. I see her pushing her back. I see Shakalova being the one pressing the pace in this fight, and I see Shakalova beating Jena Bishop. I don't think she's going to finish Jena Bishop. Could we see a finish from Shakalova? No, I don't think she's going to knock her out. I don't think she's going to be able to submit her. But I do see her getting a decision win against Jena Bishop. Shakalova, I think she's going to show that she is a pretty solid fighter. And I think Shakalova gets the win over Jena Bishop. Shakalova's got decent wrestling. She's good on the ground as well. So I don't see Jena Bishop being able to string together submissions and tap out Shakalova, and I feel like that would be the only way Jena Bishop gets it done here. I don't see her winning the decision, so I'm going Shakalova to get it done. The odds, we got Shakalova is the plus 112 underdog. Jena Bishop is the minus 132 favorite. I just see Shakalova being able to get it done. I like Shakalova to win this fight. Next fight of the night, we got Brent Primus versus Alfie Davis. Alfie Davis is coming off that nice spinning elbow knockout to Clay Collard. Brent Primus is coming off that win against Cenci, where he was able to get the submission. Alfie Davis, karate style. He likes staying at range, bouncing up on his toes, moving. He likes dancing around the cage. Brent Primus likes coming forward on the feet. If this was a kickboxing match, obviously we're going Alfie Davis. But this is not a kickboxing match. This is mixed martial arts. Brent Primus, that wrestling is going to be too much for Alfie Davis. Brent Primus is going to be able to push Alfie Davis up against the cage. I see him being able to get this fight to the ground. And I think we'll see a finish from Brent Primus in this fight. I think he's going to be able to tap out Alfie Davis. And Alfie Davis, we saw him get finished by Barnaoui, who's fighting later on this card. But he got submitted in that fight. And I see Brent Primus being able to take him down and submit him as well. So I'm going Brent Primus to get this win by a submission. The odds, we got Brent Primus is sitting at the minus 175 favorite. Alfie Davis is the plus 150. Alfie Davis's last win, it was a very cool looking win. He was able to get the spinning elbow knockout against Clay Collard, who's a decent striker, decent fighter, but much of a journeyman. And I don't think Brent Primus is going to be able to get finished like that. I think Brent Primus is just going to maintain pressure, keep him on the back foot, and I think he's going to be able to get Alfie Davis to the ground. Brent Primus, he also beat Clay Collard by a decision. Brent Primus is going to be able to beat Alfie Davis in this fight. I think he's going to be able to get it to the ground with ease, and we should see him, I would say, a submission win. Next fight of the night, we got Justin Wetzell versus Mando Gutierrez. Both of these guys in their last fight were the underdogs. Mando Gutierrez fought Francisco Nunzi, and Justin Wetzell fought that Khamidov, who's a huge favorite. Justin Wetzell was able to win that fight. It was a close fight, but Justin Wetzell was able to squeeze out that decision win. And he did come in a little bit heavy. He did miss weight in that fight. So could that have gave him an advantage? Potentially. He did look a lot bigger than Khamidov in that fight. But Justin Wetzell, he's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got solid grappling. Mando Gutierrez is kind of more of a dog. He'll come at you. He's not going to quit. He just keeps coming forward even if you're fucking cracking him on the feet. But I am going Justin Wetzell to get it done. Mando Gutierrez is more of a grappler. He likes getting the fight to the ground and using that pressure. He does have decent striking. He throws some powerful shots. But Justin Wetzell kind of has an awkward style on the feet. He's a southpaw. And I'm pretty sure Mando Gutierrez is also a southpaw, if I'm not mistaken. But Justin Wetzell, I think he should be able to edge out the win in this fight. Do I see him finishing Mando Gutierrez? I don't think so. I think this fight does go to a decision. But Justin Wetzell, I think he's going to be able to get it done. Mando Gutierrez, his hope is if he can get this fight to the ground and submit Justin Wetzell. But I don't think that's going to happen. Justin Wetzell's got solid jiu-jitsu. His striking isn't terrible as well. He throws a decent 1-2. But he does look slightly awkward on the feet. But Mando Gutierrez is not a great striker in his own. But I'm going Justin Wetzell to get it done here. The odds, we got Justin Wetzell is sitting at the minus 185. Mando Gutierrez is the plus 160 underdog. But I don't know. I think Justin Wetzell is going to be able to get it done. Khamidov was a very tough fighter that he was able to beat. Mando Gutierrez in his last fight, he was getting touched up by Francisco Nunzi, where he was losing that fight, but he was able to find that rear naked choke and get the back. But Justin Wetzell, that win over Khamidov, a very good win. Khamidov is a very solid prospect, and Justin Wetzell was able to get it done there. So I see him being able to get it done in this fight as well. So I'm going Justin Wetzell to get the win. Next fight of the night, we got Marceli Alves versus Jake Hadley. And this is an interesting style matchup here. Both of these guys, very solid strikers. Both got decent grappling. Jake Hadley, I would say he likes keeping it at range. He likes peppering his opponents. We saw him against Matos. He was ripping good body shots. He was able to ping him apart with his jab, throw the decent cross. And he was touching Matos up on the feet, kind of beating him up, and then he was eventually able to get that twister on him. Jake Hadley, I do like his style. I like his boxing. He throws good combinations on the feet. But I do think Marcelo Alves is going to get it done. I'm going Marcelo Alves to get the win here. Marcelo Alves, we saw him fight Higo in his last fight where he was able to get that split decision win. Pretty close fight. I thought Marcelo Alves won for sure. I thought it was 2-1. But Marcelo Alves, he's got very good pop on his punches. He throws a very nice overhand left. And for some reason, I'm seeing a knockout for this fight. I think Jake Hadley's going to get finished in this fight. I think Marcelo Alves is going to be able to crack him on the feet. This kid, 25 years old. Jake Hadley, 28 years old. So both of these guys are young fighters, and both, I think, are going to bring a very good fight, and I'm excited for this fight. Probably one of my most excited fights on this card. I think this is going to be a good one, but I do see Marcelo Alves being able to knock out Jake Hadley. I think Marcelo Alves is going to be stronger, more powerful. He's going to be coming forward and put Jake Hadley on that back foot. And I think that pressure is going to get to Jake Hadley, and I think Marcelo Alves is going to be throwing those bombs, and I see him cracking Jake Hadley up on the feet. So I'm going Marcelo Alves to get it done. And even Jake Hadley, he's got good ground game, but Marcelo Alves, I don't think he's going to be able to get taken to the ground in this fight. I like his takedown defense. I think he's very solid on the ground. I think he's got good wrestling defense. And I'm going Marcelo Alves to get it done. Marcelo Alves is sitting at the plus 145 underdog. Jake Hadley is the minus 170 favorite. Marcelo Alves, I like him to win this fight. I think he finishes Jake Hadley. Next fight of the night, we got Mansour Barnaoui versus Archie Colgan. Colgan, he should win this fight. I'm going Colgan to get the win. Colgan, very good wrestler. He's been recently developing his stand-up game, so he's got solid striking now as well. Mansour Barnaoui is going to have the big range advantage. He's 6 feet, 77-inch reach versus Archie Colgan, 5'9", 69.5-inch reach. But I don't see Barnaoui being able to string together grappling against Colgan. I think Colgan's going to have too good a takedown defense. And Barnaoui, he likes to use that dirty boxing from the clinch and use that Muay Thai, grab that tie clinch and throw those elbows, throw the knees up the center. But I think Archie Colgan's going to be too strong for him. Colgan, I think he's going to be able to sit on the feet decently well with Barnaoui, even with that big reach disadvantage. And I do see him stringing together those takedowns. So I see Colgan being able to get this fight to the ground and beat up Barnaoui. The odds, we got Barnaoui is sitting at the plus 325. Archie Colgan is the minus 425. Colgan, he's been getting work. He works with Justin Gaethje, Kamaru Usman. So he's got good guys around him. Barnaoui, he's going to have the range advantage, but I don't know. Even on the feet, Barnaoui's not this slick striker. He's all right on the feet. He's got a decent Muay Thai striking style. But I would say he's more of a jiu-jitsu guy. He likes kind of using that clinch on his opponents, but I don't think Colgan's going to be able to... I don't think Colgan's going to be put in those positions. I see Colgan being the stronger fighter in the clinch. I see him being able to get Barnaoui down to the ground. So I'm going Colgan to get the win. Do I see him finishing Barnaoui? I'm going to say he wins a decision, but I do see Colgan being able to get it done. Next fight of the night, we got Liz Carmouche versus Elora Dana. Last fight, Liz Carmouche beat up Joanne, dominated her, and Elora Dana, she fought Avsaragova, where Diana Avsaragova is no Liz Carmouche. Avsaragova, I would say, is like kind of a hyped prospect, but that's more because she's a good-looking female fighter. Avsaragova, in her fight with Elora Dana, she was touching her up on the feet. Elora Dana was getting clipped up, but eventually she was able to get the fight to the ground and submit Avsaragova. But I don't see Liz Carmouche getting submitted in this fight. I think Liz Carmouche is going to be too strong. I think she's going to be bigger than Elora Dana. Elora Dana, I think she's going to get blitzed in this fight, and I see Liz Carmouche being able to get the finish. Elora Dana, she's got solid wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, but Liz Carmouche, I think, is better all around. I'm going Liz Carmouche to get it done. I know she's 41 years old versus the 26-year-old Elora Dana, but that don't matter in this fight. Liz Carmouche should be able to get it done. I think she beats Elora Dana. The odds, we got Liz Carmouche sitting at a minus 625. And Elora Donna is the plus 450 in this fight. But I do see Liz Carmouche being able to get the win here. Now, on to the main event. Kevin Lee versus Gadzhi Rabadanov. Kevin Lee, you know, was hyped up when he was coming into the UFC, but was kind of a letdown, let's be real. Gadzhi Rabadanov is on a tear right now, and are we going Kevin Lee? No. I don't know who the hell would pick Kevin Lee in this fight. I think Gadzhi Rabadanov is going to fucking blast him in this fight. I think he's going to crack him up on the feet, and I think we could see a first-round finish for Gadzhi Rabadanov here. Kevin Lee is coming off that win against Thiago Oliveira, who was 17-12 in Legends MMA. Before that, he got a loss to Fakhretdinov in the UFC. He got submitted. But Kevin Lee, you can't pick him to win this fight. I think Gadzhi Rabadanov is just going to be better everywhere. I think he's got better ground game than Kevin Lee. I think his striking's on point. And I see Gadzhi Rabadanov being able to fucking chin Kevin Lee in this fight. In Gadzhi Rabadanov's last fight, he was able to knock out Mark DeCasey. And I think Gadzhi Rabadanov is going to get it done again against Kevin Lee. The odds, we got Kevin Lee sitting at the minus 1,200. And Gadzhi Rabadanov is the minus 2,500 favorite. So, you're better off probably trying to play a knockout prop on this fight for Gadzhi Rabadanov. But Gadzhi Rabadanov, he really, I think, will perform very well against Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee, I don't see him winning this fight. So I'm going Gadzhi Rabadanov to knock out Kevin Lee. So those are my full card predictions for the PFL World Tournament semifinals. Let me know what you guys think of my picks. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to check out my channel, check the link down in the description. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.